Welcome everyone to the Max League of Nations number 2. We've got a great spectacle today as we have somewhat of a historic match. If you watch a lot of hockey, then you understand the similarities between the U.S. versus Russia hockey game back in like the 1980s. So I think this is a rivalry that has been made in heaven, to be honest, because I think that these are some great players that we've got. I've got Rami with the co-casting position, so he's going to do everything he can to make sure that we give you all of the tips that these decks want to follow by. So, Rami, how are you doing today?
Hey Clark, I'm doing great. What about you?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good myself. Had a stream, been queuing a lot against a lot of rogues, but today I don't think we have any rogues to worry about because if any were brought, they were all banned. So we're gonna be seeing some not necessarily off meta decision making, but at least we're seeing something that's not just a bunch of ladder games.
Yes, indeed. Like the format of this tournament is that everyone has to bring all the 9 classes. I mean, of course, they leave one behind, but all the other 9 classes have to be represented in this tournament. So we're going to see all the variety that we cannot see on ladder right now. like, um, it's going to be quite hard. Like some of these matchups, like I literally haven't faced a single time on ladder this week because most of those decks just kind of don't exist at all or just in a niche way. Like, but it's going to be fun, I think. What do you think?
Well, I think that what we should do is we should look into the lineups because kind of like what you were discussing, like we have some pretty weird decisions being brought here. So, case in point, Young Christ is bringing a Malagos Druid, which is actually honestly a deck that I've been playing a lot of. A Malagos Ramp Druid, a Miracle Priest, and a Libram Paladin. But the Priest has been banned, so we're not going to be seeing any of the crazy Nazmani turns that we're accustomed to. While on the other side, we have McBanterface, who is bringing a little bit of a different lineup. He's bringing Hunter, he's bringing Aggro Druid, which is something I'm not seeing really too much of, but is starting to have a resurgence, as well as his Shaman,
Yes.
but is currently banned. So we've got some variety with the first match alone. What are your opinion on these brings?
Um, I really like McVander's Face Druid. He's bringing Beast Druid with the Frost Saber Matriarch as the new card and also Goof. Like, and his opponent, on the other hand, is bringing a more a slower version of Druid with Maligos and the Abominable Lieutenant and Scenario Ward, for example. Like those are more expensive cards, so the Druid from Young Chris is more like a ramp Druid, while McVander Face is bringing something I'm more used to. Like I love aggro decks that go hard on board on the first few turns. So it's going to be, I don't know, like McVander is also bringing Fake Hunter, which is also an aggressive deck. So it's going to be quite hard for young Chris to be able to do something with his druid deck before he dies.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm gonna play.
like maybe,
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here and say that like it's usually I don't want to say it's favored for the ramp druid, but if you're able to
oh
get a Malagos iron, honestly any Ironbark turn is really gonna drive a wrench in the druid in the aggro druid's game plan. Because taunts are really not something you want to deal with unless you have the Umbral Owl copy turns ready to go in order to eat 8 damage of life. But at the same time, like you were saying, Aggro Druid has lots of ways of just blowing out the early game where if we don't get the key ramp cards, it might be a little bit difficult. But I have played a lot of Ramp Druid versus Aggro Druid, and it's not as bad of a matchup as you would think it would be.
yeah. Now that I see, young Chris is also bringing 2 copies of Spammy Arcanist, which is a new 5 mana card, 5 mana 3/4 that it's like the old Defile. Do you remember that card
There's
from
always
Warlock?
always a clear.
Yeah, like it deals 1 damage to all minions, and if something dies, it repeats itself. So maybe if McVanderface is not careful enough, young Chris might be able to clear the first board with that card. Like maybe with something like Lightning Bloom, Spamming Arcanist on turn 3 or something like that, and maybe that might be enough. But I don't know. It's going to be hard for the Russian team, at least in this first match. But Let's talk a little bit about the format. Do you want to? It's three best of three. So in order to win the match, you have to win at least two of those, right?
Correct. And
Okay.
we're actually able to get right into the game. The players are
Oh, nice.
ready to go. If you want to continue to talk about the format, feel free because we do want to tell everybody what exactly they're witnessing right now.
Well, on the other hand, like I really like McWander's face hand right now. Like he already has the Iron Deep Trog, which is one of the best one drops in the game. Like before it was nerfed, it was probably the best one drop ever. I think, like maybe Undertaker levels of OPness.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm definitely
uh,
not about the Undertaker days. I kind of miss Trog, honestly, because like with Rogue being so popular, all of the spell center decks just don't have that counter card anymore. So I don't know. I'm still kind of on the RIP Trog wagon right now. I need justice for my little one drop.
Oh, I really like this keeps from McVander face. Going Iron Deep Trog turn 1 into coin ramming mount on turn 2 is quite strong. Uh, oh, sadly, Young Chris doesn't have a 1 drop for turn 1, which would have been key in order to keep up with the Hunter's pressure. So things are starting to look quite good for McVander, right?
Yeah, I mean the big thing I'm looking at is you were talking about coin turn two with the ramming mount, but now that we picked up the doggy biscuit, I think we're fine to like play Trog into coin adorable infestation just to get a 2/3 because there's no way that a paladin can. I mean, I don't even think you really need to worry about the clear happening, but just getting a big minion just
Yeah.
seems like a positive. Plus getting another 1/1.
Yeah, maybe what they were thinking right now was whether they wanted to play the +1/+1 or just the Demon Companion. I actually don't know which one is better here.
I feel like you
But
just
well,
gotta make the really big Trog. Got if it's got like an HP of like 7, then there's no way that our opponent is gonna deal with it. It's gonna be a what, a 4/6 if you put the doggy biscuit on that, which is it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
yeah. Do you trade with the 1/1? Do you go full face? What do you do after that?
I feel like it almost
Oh,
doesn't matter unless you like if you play doggy biscuit you probably could have just traded the 1/1 to be safe, but I don't actually think there's anything that young Christ can do because his paladin deck really doesn't have much early game, and it also has like Samoro as like the only comeback card or any kind of like AoE outside of like a Barov clear, but with Barov you have to have a copy of your broom, and I'm not seeing either of those cards in hand right now.
yeah. I mean, the other way that Young Chris could clear this board is with a Blade Master Samuro, but sadly he doesn't have this card in his hand. But McGunter Face doesn't know that. So maybe after he sees that Young Chris played the Alliance Bannerman, he might try to set up a board with more than 2 health so it survives to the Blade Master Samuro. And how do we do that? What do you think? We could go just with the ramming mount into the 2/2. But if he does that, then with Samuro, he could kill his whole board if he doesn't trade the 1/1 into a 2/1.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those situations where, as the face hunter, like you can't stop everything. So if you're worried about a Samoro clear, at least your Trog is gonna survive with enough HP. So if you trade away a 1/1 and then just go face with everything else, you have plenty of ways of being able to pressure your opponent as they need to find the Samoro. But McBanter is going to be relieved to find out that there is no Samoro in hand yet. But Young Christ
Yeah.
does have the other Bannerman to try and find it. This is probably going to be the key turn of the game here that really dictates the outcome.
Interesting that McVander decided to play the Doggy Biscuit instead of Ramming Mount. But well, this kind of paid off now that he top decks another 1 mana card. So he could play full mana this turn. But last turn, this turn, if he didn't draw Adorable Infestation, he would have burned 1 mana. So I'm not sure. Like also the fact that if somehow young Chris managed to clear his board next last turn, now he wouldn't have anything to play the Rami Mount in after he played the 1/1.
Yeah.
But well, things are working out pretty well anyways for McWanderface.
Yeah.
And on the other side, I mean, maybe if he starts playing all the towns that young Chris has in the hand, he might have a small chance to win this. What do you think?
I feel like this might come down to Broom. Like if you play the 5 mana taunt, it's probably not gonna be good enough. But yeah, looking at this hand right now, he's got the 3-drop that draws a buff. That really doesn't do that much. Like, unfortunately, this is just exactly what Face Hunter does. You know, like it just completely wrecks anything that can't deal with the early board. I mean, this is a decent amount of stats, but this isn't lethal, is it? If he hits the Leok card? Oh, no. That's a lethal.
Yes.
Yep, that's turn 5.
I mean, with the 2/1 with charge, it was also lethal, I think. Like, he had the big shot also, but yeah, that's quite sad. Like, not being able to play almost any card. Like, young Chris only played 4 cards, which were actually some pretty good cards. Like, the 3 mana +1/+1 to all your hand is quite a good play on curve, but it's not so good against aggro decks like we have just seen.
Yeah, like,
so
I feel like a lot of people are bringing Face Hunter in order to be really good into rogue lineups, which is kind of interesting how we only saw one. So I wonder if there was like meta decisions that went into that, whether or not they really wanted to be good across the board or just be good into one class. But if you're a Ramp Druid fan, now is the time to start watching the stream, because not only does Young Christ have damn near the perfect mulligan against aggro, like he has to win this this matchup 2-0 in order to take the first win for Russia and prevent McBanterface and USA from just steamrolling the rest of the series.
yeah, I mean that's the kind of hand that sometimes wins a matchup, but I think it's all about whether McVanter draws the Iron Deep Troll or not. But we'll see. The Iron Deep Troll, sorry. Like, if he has the 1/2, then it's so hard for the Druid to make a comeback. Oh wow, he decides to keep Wolpertinger and Adorable Infestation. Maybe I would have only kept the Wolpertinger, like you sometimes just like you know that it's almost an insta win if you get the Iron Deep Troll. So maybe not keeping the other 2 cards just in order to get that specific card would have been good. But I don't know. Oh wow.
Turn 1 overgrowth. Well, I mean, when you don't have Guff, like you gotta set up the ramp some other way. Luckily, he has like the most important card in the Druid list right now, because that like AoE is not very very common in Druid, so having any way of being able to remove this board is absolutely key, and it can even come down next turn. This is why I love Ramp Druid, is because when you get the ramp, oh my god, you can do some goofy things really quickly.
Yeah, and do you think McWander is going to play around the 5 mana card? Like, he could do Adorable Infestation into the 1/2, and that prevents the spammy Arcanist from killing all the board. Like, if you were the Druid player, would you just hero power the 1/2 in order to play around Adorable Infestation, or just try to kill a 1/1? Like, it's so next level to hero power the 1/2 here, I think. But, like, I don't know if that's the right play with... Oh,
okay,
yes!
So the one reason why I'm not 100% a fan of this is because it kind of tells McBanter what might be coming down next turn. But kind of like what you were saying, if McBanter was able to buff some of these minions out of the Defile range, then suddenly you don't even have this turn set up at all. So I feel like this is one of those situations where, as the Druid, it's better to be safe than sorry, because this board is still going to hit you every single turn if you don't at least set it up. So I don't hate it, but looking at McBanter's face, looking at McBanter's hand, you can kind of tell how like this was kind of unnecessary. And if he just killed the 1/1, like McBanter literally had like that nod where it's like, all right, I'm expecting something to happen next turn, and it's probably gonna be in the form of 5 mana clear.
Yeah, I really like the play from Young Christ. I didn't expect him to do that. Like when you're playing against Hunter, like all you care about is mitigating as much damage as possible and as fast as possible. But oh, I really like this play from McBanter as well.
Yeah, playing around that defile. This is kind of the
Yeah.
trade-off.
The thing is, you cannot play around Lightning Bloom, Hero Power plus the Arcanist, which is the thing that Young Chris has to do here. Like Hero Power first into the 2/3, then Lightning Bloom, and then the Spammy Arcanist.
Well, you wouldn't have to do that because if you play
Oh.
Lightning Bloom, it summons a 1/2 Trug. This is where the nerfs would be impactful because summoning a 2/3
Oh,
to
yeah,
play
yeah.
a spell would be much different than a 1/2 coming down. So if he really wants to use the Lightning Bloom to set that up, that is something you can do here. The other option is just to play it and leave a 2/1 Trog, which really isn't that bad either, to be honest.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I forgot that it's the Ion Deep Trog no longer brings a 2/3 here, only a 1/2. So yeah, you're right. I think that leaving a 2/1 here is okay.
Yeah, the
I
only
guess.
drawback is like a Doggy Biscuit top deck, but I feel like
Yeah.
Chris can make the assumption that there's not that many other really big board buffs.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay. I guess being greedy with the Arcanist?
Oh, maybe he was trying. He was trying to draw the how's it called? The 4 mana Umbral Owl, like 7 mana 4/4, which would have been almost playable here, maybe.
Yeah, I'm
I don't know.
kind of confused at his thought
That was
process
weird.
here. At first I thought
Yeah.
he was going for like a Moonlit Guidance, and then you can get a bunch of value and then set up the Arcanist next turn. But as soon as the Lightning Bloom came down, I don't know. I'm a little bit
Yeah.
hesitant on this turn right here.
I mean, he wasted the Lunar Eclipse here. Like, only Lightning Bloom into our spamming Arcanist was enough to kill all the board. So he kind of wasted that card. And then from Moonlight Guidance, he decided to pick another Moonlight Guidance, which I think is the correct play. Like, his hand is empty.
Yeah, I was
That
thinking
was,
he was
yeah.
gonna go for like Moonlit Guidance, choose Moonlit Guidance, get the second copy of it, and then try to like find something else to set up like a spammy Arcanist turn. Maybe the rope got the best of him and he just cracked under the pressure like a lot of us do. But there's still chances of the Druid stealing this game away if we can find armor. Looking ahead to the deck though, he's playing the Malagos version, so there's really not too much armor gain outside of the Cenarian Ward. The other deck that's really popular right now is the Yashiraj and Yogg version, which plays the Moon-Touched Amulet for a bunch of armor. Really good against
Yeah,
Rogue.
but I mean, who needs armor if you already have two 4/4s on board and a 3/1? Like, why care about not dying when you can just try to kill your opponent?
Yeah.
Is what Young is thinking right now, and I agree with him. Like, this is the perfect scenario for I think. Like,
Yeah, like this is just where the Face Hunter starts really running out of damage, and all it takes is I think just one Cenarian Ward. Oh no, Mutanus isn't gonna eat anything, but at the same time, this does give Young Christ some information
wow.
on the hand.
Young Chris decided to trade with the 3 health owl instead of the 2 health owl. Did you see that?
I actually didn't notice that. Yeah, like, a few mistakes
Yeah,
coming
that
from Young Christ today.
Yeah, that was weird. Like, and now he gets ultra punished by that top deck rifle. What do you pick here?
I feel like Ice Trap is the biggest insult to, or not insult to Druid, but the biggest injury that you can cause to Druid because half of this deck is spells, and
Yeah,
the
I
only
think so.
bad proc that I could imagine is if you use your Bog Beam or your Iron Bark against it, because I'm pretty sure that the Iron Bark Bog Beam discount is going to override the secret the secret increase of mana. But oh, case in point, we might
Oh
be able to
wow.
see this interaction. The secret is actually Freezing Trap. Okay, so we didn't pick the spell card.
I mean, you never play a 9 mana Mutanus after that, I think, so this is also okay. The thing is that maybe the only winning play was actually the other secret. The one that if you have 2 minions on board, you get an animal companion. Like, I know it sounds weird, but just giving the opponent Mutanus back to his hand is not going to win you the game. Like, the only way that you win this as Hunter is if somehow you manage to get a new board, make it stay.
Well, if you
This
think
is not
about
how
it,
you do
though,
that.
the Freezing Trap is preventing the Mutanus from hitting face every turn. That's kind of a big deal right now since we don't have minions from McBanter's side. So if anything, this secret is kind of giving him 5 life a turn, depending on what's about to pop out of this nature studies here. Because any board generation
Yeah,
would be massive.
yeah, but the thing is that young Chris doesn't need to proc the freezing trap ever.
Yeah.
Like, if the game goes uh, longer and longer, then the druid is almost always going to win. So the hunter could have just baited his opponent into thinking that he has the freezing trap and try to play the proactive secret instead. And here, Best in Shell is amazing, I think, but also Resizing Poach is quite good.
Does he have the mana
Like,
to play the Best in Shell this turn? I'm not sure how much mana he started at. It's currently
well,
covered.
it's going to cost 2 less because he played Solar Eclipse plus Nature Studies. So for 4 mana, it was okay, but going for Nourish and just drawing off his deck is way better.
Not
I
going
agree
for
with that.
board is interesting, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm looking at this right now, and it's just like you have a 5/7 taunt. What about 2 more 7 HP taunt minions? Like, that just absolutely takes control of the board. You can start to play around the secret and actively kill your opponent. I guess going for card draw is still pretty good, but it's just like I'm wondering if we needed to be this greedy. But there's the Malagos. Now we go for every single greedy piece that we could possibly want because we got a 5/15 taunt, which is just so massive. I don't think there's any way that McBanter's going to be able to recover from this now.
Yeah, this is. Do you ever just bug him your own minion to get another card from Malios?
In some matchups, yes. In this matchup, it may not be necessary because 7 cards versus 8 cards against a Hunter matchup when they're already kind of losing, probably not that relevant. But yeah, McBanter already aware of what's going on.
Yeah. So 1-1 so far. Now we only have the Paladin from Young Chris and this Hunter from my Vander Face. This is going quite well for the Russian team, I think. Like, you never expect to win with Druid against Hunter, I think. So, we'll see. Like, I had my favorite from this match, which was McVander Face, of course, because of his aggro lineup. So maybe that's why he's going to lose now, because I said that he has to win. Okay.
Oh, Guff in the starting hand? But wait, we're playing Aggro Druid. Oh, so that's not as good. See, that's one thing I don't like about Aggro Druid. I'm not allowed to keep the Guff. Boo. But in all seriousness, though, like, Aggro Druid might be one of the best decks to try and, like, counteract some of these other, like, aggro lineups that are popping up. But it's just, like, it just loses so much to Rogue, so you're not seeing it as much on ladder as I feel like people should be.
Yeah, I mean, maybe after the nerfs, if we ever get those nerfs, meta is going to shake so much. Like, there are so many classes that have been overshadowed by Rogue so far. Like, so many good cards that you know that are good, but are not just Rogue level of good.
Okay, so both Druids found their good spell. Aggro Druid loves playing Frostwolf Kennel as soon as possible, and obviously Ramp Druid loves playing Overgrowth as soon as possible. So I wonder which one is going to give in first to the other person's tempo. Because really, it
So,
looks like young Chris just needs to find a Mally, and he's kind of in business.
do you go for Lightning Bloom, Lunar Eclipse, and Overgrowth here? Or just the Lightning Bloom with Overgrowth? What do you think?
I feel like it's kind of unnecessary to play the Lunar Eclipse here. McBanter
Yeah,
doesn't have too many cards that boost the HP and the attack of minions outside of Adorable Infestation, so it's not like you have to worry about if 2 damage sticks every turn, you're not really that much you're not really that worried. So I think we just play the Overgrowth here just to try and ramp up as quickly as possible, get the discounts for the Owl. But I feel like we save Lunar Eclipse for potentially killing like an Oracle, or maybe just killing something else that's more of a threat. Like a 1/3 isn't that bad right now.
yeah, but the thing is that what can you kill with the Lunar Eclipse from this druid deck in particular? Like Park Panther has 4 health. Oracle of Elune also has 4 health. Uh, like almost every minion in that deck has 4 health or more, or just 1 health, like the peasant. So I know it's actually going to be that important, the Lunar Eclipse later, and maybe getting the discount from the Umbral Owl is way better now.
And now that he's got the Kodo mount, like that's just absolutely massive.
Wow, nice. So here, maybe just going the 1 mana minion and composting it here. What do you think?
There's 2 different lines that I'm looking at. There's Oracle Balloon and the one that you just mentioned, but I feel like Oracle Balloon probably has I think it's just the best way of playing on curve, and there's not really a lot of ways that that young Christ is going to be able to actually clear this, even with like owls and whatnot. But as we can see, this is the one time that he's gonna have like the perfect clear, and this is why holding on to that Lunar Eclipse was so crucial. See McBanter already throwing out the face, being like, "Yep, I know that my big minion is gonna end up dying here." And this is a pretty large owl that he has to deal with here. A
Yeah, but the
9/9
thing is
owl.
that, yeah, that owl is impressive. Like, it's probably going to be key in order to win this match for the Druid. But the thing is that the Russian player ended up playing the Lunar Eclipse to kill the Druid of the Reef. Like, he could have done that 2 turns ago, and he will be at 28 instead of 26. Like, at the end, he ended up doing this exactly the same play. But, well, now McVander face draw the goof. So, oh,
Oh, but
wow.
so does young Christ as a guff off.
Yes.
Oh, is he just gonna go with Mutanix? Okay.
This Bhutan is so bad. I'm so sorry for the Russian player. Like, it's the second time that he gets like almost the worst Bhutanus possible.
Yeah,
But
unfortunately, there's no 4/5s in hand, but this might just be a this is where I start to struggle with playing aggro druid, because my Guff brain just wants to play Guff as soon as possible. And McBanterface agrees with me. Guff is love. Guff is life. All about sunshine and friendship. Never thought I'd say that in
yeah.
2022.
Oh, I love this hero cards meta on Twitter right now. Like, it's so weird.
Yeah, I feel like it maybe should have just stopped with the mercenaries, but like there's been some really some banger tweets to say for sure.
Yeah. I like your tweet. I think I will take it from the Rafam.
My personal favorite is
Perfect.
the Maestro changing its profile
Oh,
picture every other day. That's just so good.
yes, I saw that one.
Oh, we got
So
the
here,
Mally.
do you like Hero Power for mana right now?
Oh
Since
yeah.
you have Mali for next turn,
Oh yeah.
that's always a play, right?
You've got 9, almost 10 card draw hitting your turn next turn. You just want the mana in order to make sure that you can really juice the value for as much as you can. Plus, like setting up
Yeah.
for the double Cenarian Ward, like that's just gonna win this game. This is kind of what I was talking about, where like I don't really think that Druid, like aggro Druid, is really all that good against Ram Druid. Kind of like what we're seeing right now. It took like one big taunt to get in the way of McBanterface. But with that being said, McBanter did lose his Oracle Balloon pretty quickly to the exact cards that would have dealt with that situation. But that's just the power of Ram Druid. I feel like a lot of people underestimate what this deck is capable of.
Oh, I really like the fact that he kept Iron Bark in order to play it with the Malygos.
Yeah, guaranteed.
That way you get a 5/15. On the other hand, like the Russian player got Lightning Bloom into Overgrowth in both matches. Like
Yeah.
with that kind of play, like how is that deck not supposed to win if you do that every single time?
Yeah. And now the Malagos is just so easy to throw down. You can even play the Resizing Pouch to hit a 10 drop if you just want like more beef onto the board, like the 7/7s with taunt. But there's no way we're passing up Mally this turn. There's just no way. Even with the 7/7 taunt, there's no way we're passing up the Mally.
Oh. I mean, the
Oh,
null
no.
is going to cost 1. Yeah. I really like this play. So
that's going to be able to deal with
do we
both of the cats.
Hero Power first? Like Hero Power for mana first and then play Malygos?
If we do that, we're not able to play the null, so I don't think we.
Oh yeah,
in
alright.
this instance.
Yeah.
But yeah, really good pick from Young Christ there. I didn't think about the null either until you had mentioned it. So this is going to be insanely good amount of value. McBanter is looking at his camera, thinking this is the end probably. It's really difficult to get over the taunts. I don't think he plays Kazakus. He does not, so there is no way for him to find any kind of like poisonous clears. There's not random generation. We're gonna have to smack into this the old-fashioned way.
Well, the Oracle of Elune survived, so maybe he has a chance to win this.
Okay, the Umbral Owl surviving is a big deal. Or I'm sorry, the Umbral Owl in hand. If you do that into Arbor Up, that does make the Owl cost 2. That's only 8. You're gonna have to trade your entire board away in order to clear this Malagos. Yeah, this kind of sucks, but I see the way to clear. Doorbell Infestation into Arbor Up, trade your minion, trade the Cub. You can play the Umbral Owl for 2 for 8 more attack, and then trade your Oracle after you've gotten the value. Not really seeing another way out of this.
Maybe playing the 3 mana spell instead of Arbor Up in order to get the Umbral Owl into 2 mana.
The Frostwolf wouldn't trigger until the end of the turn, so it's not going to discount the Umbral Owl, unfortunately.
No, it's for each spell.
Oh, right. I was getting that confused with the Matriarch. My bad.
Oh, well, he decided not to play the Owl at all.
Wait, okay, he's going wide on the board. Okay, I understand this play. Instead of killing the Malagos, he's going for the maximum board.
And just hope to draw the second Arbor Up next turn, I think. But on the other hand... what do you do if you're the Russian player? Like, there's so many options.
Okay, so Cenarian Ward is the first thing that comes to mind. But you don't have the Solar Eclipse, so if you don't get a good 8-drop, there is possible. Oh, no, you do have Solar Eclipse, my bad. So yeah, you just go for that then. Find 2 Brass Wings to fully clear the board almost. That's how you do it.
Imagine.
Yeah, so many green cards, I could barely see the art for it. I don't know about you guys, but I play Hearthstone with the pictures, not by reading the cards. Wait, he's not going with the Cenarian Ward?
This must be the way.
What?
This must be the way. That rope's
I am very confused. Did he, did he play the
wants to
wrong
clear the
card?
board. No, he wants to clear the board with the Arcanist, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, it's more safe. Yeah, I agree with this play, yeah.
Well,
like, this way, now my Wagenter doesn't have any board at all again, and yeah, I really like it. Like, he could just go with the Scenario Ward next turn, and he also has another spammy Arcanist now in hand, so if things get out of control again, he can just clear everything again with that card. So yeah. I think I agree with this.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the result, but I don't agree with the order because like that was something to where what if he didn't hit the spammy Arcanist? I was kind of wondering if there was a backup plan because like I like the idea of just gaining the armor, but I guess in the face of the other armor up, which we did see get drawn, it might have been what would have ended the game for young Chris versus what's gonna win him the game. So he's definitely got the other clear, and McBanter does know it, so I don't really think there's anything he can do to try and play around it all too much. Literally can't play around it, so the spammy Arcanist is going to get even more value.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not looking good for McBanter.
Yeah, here you just clear again and first play the scenario ward, I think. Um, what other play could you do?
There's let's take a look at the hand here. Moonlit.
Okay, getting mana first. Yeah, spamming Arcanist and then the scenario ward. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
let's
just
see if he
probably
gets something
wins here.
huge.
Oh, no!
Nice.
Stop! He's already dead. This is not how what. Yeah, McBanter is already aware of what's about to happen. The first round goes to the Russians overcoming the U.S. threat as of right now. So that is unfortunately for me a loss for the U.S. But who knows? We still have two more matches. Next up we have Ego Waffle versus Livik, and we'll get their matchups. We'll get the lineups here in a second. But yeah, what did you think of that match, Rami? I told you that Ramp Druid was good into Aggro Druid.
Yeah, I didn't expect that, honestly. Nice for the Russian player, I think. That was awesome to see. So now moving forward, we have Ego Waffle with Mage. He has Mosaki Mage, Priest with Maligos, and the whole Miracle package with the Nasmani Blood River, and Handlock with the quest, of course. And he decided to ban from Levik his Hunter. Levik, on the other hand, has the Hunter as cause, which is the Face Hunter, the usual stuff, and some Shaman with the quest, I think. No, it doesn't play the quest, it's just... Oh, no, never mind. It does play the quest, it's Quest Shaman with all the Overload cards, plus Brukan, and another Handlock. So we kind of have a mirror match in between the Handlocks and then the Miracle Priest from Ego Waffle and the Shaman from Levik.
Yeah, we'll get those matchups. We'll get those lineups on the screen here pretty soon. I just gotta quickly change one other thing. But yeah, Russia takes the first win against McBanterface of all people. Like we have 3 America past and current GMs right now. So this is not like these guys are no pushovers. These are pretty good players that we're seeing here, and it's kind of interesting to see. Like kind of like what I was saying, the Aggro Druid just wasn't enough to get over the hump in some of these cases. So it's just I don't know. Druid is an interesting class, and I always find it amazing whenever it has multiple different decks that are playable.
Yeah, but looking at stats from the players playing this tournament, Russia is actually the second best team if you consider their performance in Master Tours. Like, I mean, they are the second team with most matches won. This is, of course, courtesy from Donkey, that who has all the stats. Here says that literally Russia is the second team with most matches won on Masters Tours during last year, which is impressive since none of their players is actually a GM, so they are not instantly qualified to Master Tours. They actually had to qualify to those tournaments, and they did quite well in all of them. So it's one of the best teams, I think. The United States is also almost there. Like Russia has 84 matches won, and the United States has 81. Those are 2 of the top 4 teams Like, of course, China is going to be the best team. Like, it's one of an insane lineup that they brought to this tournament. But like from those teams that are trying to get the second place in this tournament, Russia and the USA are two of the best teams, I think. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Going back to the lineups, we do have them on the screen. So we have Livix, Quest Shaman, Face Hunter, and Warlock. I believe the Warlock is the one that's banned. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, Rami. And then we have Eggo Waffles lineup, which we will show you guys here in a second. I'm just confirming the ban to make sure I don't have the wrong info.
Ego
Oh,
Waffle decided to ban Hunter
okay. So yeah, his Hunter
based
is
on what you
gone.
told me,
So we have Quest Shaman and the Quest Shaman and
and
Quest
Quest
Handlock.
Warlock.
And then
Yeah.
on the other side, we have Ego Waffle, whose Mage is banned. So we're not going to be seeing any Mozaki games, but we do have another Quest Handlock and probably the most interesting deck that's been brought to this so far, the Miracle Nazmani Mali Priest, which I have played a little bit of. This deck is, I don't want to say that it's a high roll deck, but let's be honest. Any priest deck that wins in this meta needs to high roll something. Otherwise, it just doesn't have nearly as much tempo. But I find it interesting that he's not running Power Word Devour in this deck. So I wonder if this is just aimed at going for like Elec Mount procs more so than going for like Bless OTKs. Because there's only one copy of Bless.
I mean, one copy of Less is more than enough, I think.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, but not having any Devours to pump it, that's the only thing I have an issue with.
maybe, but I mean, this priest deck is like you just need one good turn to win the match. Like you don't need to kill your opponent. You just win by getting huge Nazmani Blood Weaver, and that's it. Like after the one good turn from priest, the game is pretty much over.
Yeah.
So let's see if so getting stuff like Holy Smite in the deck, which is a card that might help him survive until that turn, might be way more important than having another copy of Less, for example. So I kind of agree with those card choices. Okay, it's quite interesting that Levick decided to ban Ego Waffle's Mage because of the fact that Levick has the Face Hunter. So maybe Levick was able to read that Ego Waffle was going to ban his Hunter. So good for him deciding to ban his Mage. Like that was a pretty good read from Levick, I think, and the Russian team.
Yeah, the like one thing I think that's kind of interesting about these lineups is that we're kind of seeing what would happen if Rogue was in a perfect world not 100% dominating like it has been in the past couple of months. Like in tournaments all over the place, it's just been super consistent along the lines, even in like the qualifiers and whatnot. And this priest deck was something I was very interested in trying out at the beginning, but unfortunately for me, there was just way too much issues with some of the consistencies with it, so I had to drop it.
Yeah, like maybe after we get some nerfs, all these kind of out of meta decks are going to shine, maybe. So we have to see, or maybe we just go back to Rush Warrior and stuff like that. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, we'll get some pretty interesting decisions with this priest deck at least. So that's something I'm kind of looking forward to. Decisions mattering in Hearthstone? Ah, it's felt like forever. Yeah, so the Warlock
Why?
really hasn't had like much going on for it, but it does have like the Cult Neophyte ready in order to deny one of the turns when they're able to.
Yeah, but you don't need to do anything yet. Like here, of course, you play the tour guide. Why would you not play it? Maybe Levick wants to get a better race dead, like without the tour guide, just neophytes and stuff like that. Why would you not play the tour guide here?
To get greedy with the hero power, I think. I mean, even then, like you're not really getting greedy with anything. I wonder why he's like thinking so long about this. Maybe he's thinking about the raised dead pool. Yeah, he might be thinking about the raised dead pool,
Yeah.
so we can get the cult neophytes back.
Okay. I mean, next turn he's going to have 8 cards. So hero power and the null is going to cost 2 mana if he gets it. But I don't know if that's okay. Well, on the other side, Ego Waffle, maybe just. What do you do here? Maybe just coin Cyrella in order to corrupt the insight. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like
Or
corrupting
just.
the insight is the best thing that you can possibly do in this situation. I
Oh, well, just wait.
like at the same time, Zarella could be important for clearing giants, which is something this deck kind of has issue with. It's it's kind of difficult for the priest to get a little bit of an advantage in this matchup until it's popped off its Nazmani combo.
One thing that maybe would have been interesting to see was the priest just hero powering the warlock all these turns. So the warlock can't heal as much in the next few turns on his own, so he can't discount the flesh giant as much. Like trying to prevent the warlock from playing the flesh giant as soon as possible, just healing as a priest. But I don't know. Like if you know that you're going to do almost nothing the first few turns, at least try to make that play from the opponent a little worse. So here it's like there is some pressure going on from the warlock side, but at the same time, like El Waffle can just keep waiting, just heal power, even if he burns a card, or maybe just Holy Smite a 3-2 and heal power himself. Like he doesn't need to do much more than that, I think. On the other side, the warlock could start playing some giants here. Like maybe something like Touch of the Nathrezim first in order to kill his own 3-2 and then go with a giant. Like Touch of the Nathrezim into a 3-2, then raise dead and play giant for 2 mana with that with 1 Cult Neophyte, maybe.
Yeah, there's you don't have
Yeah,
the
and
combo
also
ready for priest yet.
yeah, this is a pretty good play. Like you just play a neophyte, you already have another one for next turn, and you can finish this turn with the giant plus the tour guide. I think.
Yeah,
Nice.
this is looking kind of rough for Ego Waffle here. Like
I mean,
US
Ego
needs to
Waffle-
win this set, so
yeah, but he's doing nothing so far.
yeah,
Like,
the Cult
how do
Neophyte
you
kind of
expect to
does
win?
that to this deck.
yeah, but the thing is that next turn is going to be the same. Like you know that your opponent has another card neophyte. So here, at least I want to see him doing something like palm reading. Like otherwise, he's just dead. Like
if okay,
if Levick.
if you play Palm Reading and you top deck Nazmani, then you can start getting the Nazmani combo brewing, even if the Cult Neophyte comes down again, because you'll get a 3-mana Nazmani and a 3-mana Gift of Luminance, and then pretty much your entire hand's gonna cost normal mana. But
Yeah, but the thing is that Levick plays the Battle Master, so and Ego Waffle doesn't know that Levick doesn't have the Battle Master yet in hand. So if he doesn't clear this board, he's just dead, maybe. So yeah, now Ego Waffle has to go back to full health, or otherwise he's just dead to top deck. Battle Master.
Yeah, luckily Battlemaster did not get drawn, but there's still the top deck. Still a 0 mana hero power to be reckoned with. Battleground Battlemaster did not get drawn. So what is available for Liebig to do? Honestly, he doesn't even really need to do that much. It just comes down to what Ego Waffle gets off the top here.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to play the Neophyte here as
Yeah.
a Russian player. Yes, nice. Playing an Armenian is like, I don't know, you don't need to do that. But maybe you have hand issues, so like you want to play stuff in order to be able to draw more cards in the next few turns. So playing something maybe. Oh, he could also just play Drain Soul into one of his minions in order to play around Hysteria. Like right now, if he plays, if Ego Waffle has Hysteria, he can kill all his board. Like he has 3, 6, 8 exact damage from all the other minions. So maybe going for Drain Soul in order to kill one of the small minions, so the Flesh Giant survives. Well, he decides to play one extra minion instead.
All right, so he has Zarella clear now with that Gift of the Naru draw. That was actually very huge, and this is where the healing all characters really comes into play here, because now we have a chance to try and survive for a few more turns. But like something I'm noticing from Ego Waffle's side is that he also has this runaway dragon that's just sitting here, and it could very easily eat up all of the Nazmani discounts when we eventually do go for that combo. So that is something I do kind of worry about for Ego Waffle.
Yeah.
Going for the random generation.
I mean, that extra 6 damage from the Gift of Naru here was huge. Like,
Yeah.
2 mana, your Cyrella does 6 more damage, and you also draw a card. It's so good here. And what do you pick? Like, Rally does absolutely nothing so far, because no minion has died from Ego Waffle yet.
That's kind of the funny thing that I was thinking of, because I was debating on against the odds, but think about how many odd attack minions are in the Warlock deck. It's literally all of the weak cards, not like the Baron Scavenger, the Anetheron, and the Flesh Giants. So I think I like picking Elikmount here because this Warlock can kind of struggle with big taunts. I don't think this Zarella is going to survive, but if by some miracle it does, you slap it on there, and then the Warlock has a big taunt to deal with, a big wall.
Yeah, now Levy could play Tamsin if he wants. The thing about the against the odds was that it could kill all the rifts from the hero power from Tamsin. Like if somehow the Warlock could make a board of 3/3s, Ego Waffle could have killed all of them with just that card. And Ego Waffle already has one Elikmount, so I'm not sure if you already need a second one in hand that is not discounted. We'll see. Now you just finish off the Cyrella with Drain Soul, right? Like if you heal power, you. Oh, okay. Decides to go for Nathrezim instead.
I guess he wants to save the Drain Souls for Tamsin, maybe. I don't know why we needed to be mana efficient there. That's the only thing I can think of is damage.
Do you go for the Insight or just play the Blackwing? What do you think?
I don't hate the Blackwing, honestly. I think this is going to be the easiest time to throw it out. And this is, again, one of those situations to where if it survives, it just does so much for Ego Waffle. Versus if you go for the Insight, you have the Nazmani combo, but then we're stuck in the same situation to where the dragon can get in the way. So I feel like this is just the best time that we're going to be able to just throw this out so that way it doesn't ruin our game plan. Because we also have the 2 Elikmounts. So like Nazmani discounts are very important to win this game. So anything that helps that out, I feel like is a win.
I don't know. Like I think that maybe he went for Insight fast at the start of the turn and just play everything like Palm Raiding, all the other cheap spells and stuff like that. Maybe he could have been able to play absolutely everything from his hand if he did it fast. Like he already had Gift of Luminance in hand, so every card was going to discount all other cards by 2. Like, it
Yeah,
was quite likely that he got to play the Runaway Blackwing, but also like 3 or 4 other big minions.
yeah.
So maybe going all in was okay. I don't know.
I don't think it was because of the amount of mana that was available in hand. Yeah, every spell does discount it by 2, but when you have plus 20 mana and cards, it becomes a little bit difficult. And I think this is the best way to make it as streamlined as possible, so that way you don't run into that issue. But on the other side, I don't know how Levick is going to be able to turn this around against the Miracle Priest, and this is just because I haven't seen a lot of Miracle Priest on the ladder. I played this deck a bit, but I played the combo version, so I'm not sure how a Warlock is aiming to do this outside of maybe having Tamsin combos. We don't have Moarg to cheat the double damage.
I really like the deck, the 2 mana minion Showstopper, which has Death Rattle, silence all minions, which might be quite good in this matchup if somehow the priest managed to get it. Oh.
And now we could just hopefully draw both of the actually, we only want one of the Nazmanis. We want Nazmani and we want to hit Mali. If we hit Mali, we might be able to see a combo pop off, but if we're going to do this, we need to do this now rather than later.
Yeah, I think that... Okay, playing the 0 mana spells is first, it's okay, of course. Maybe I would have played the Inside faster?
Yeah, I'm kind of confused on playing the Will of Apathy over the power of Word Fortitude.
Yeah, that was not the right order, I think.
Wait, is he... There's no lethal here, is there?
I don't think so.
I don't understand the reason to hold on to the Gift of Luminous. Is because you want to make a taunt? Okay, alright. I see this now. I see this now.
Yeah, he's trying to...
Because now that'll summon 2 taunts, right? Or...
Yeah. I mean, 25-25 with Divine Shield, which summons a 4/7 when he dies, is quite good, I guess.
See, this is
I
why...
can't see how...
This is why Ego is the GM and I'm not, because it completely cleared the board. There's a 25-25 that has to be answered, and I'm not sure if there's any card possible for Warlock to be able to do that. It's not like they have like... Oh, wait a minute! Showstopper!
Yes, the dead card I was saying. Okay, so Showstopper, Drain Soul is 4 mana? I still don't see it. Like... After you silence the 1/1, then you get double 9/9. Like, how do you deal with that?
Showstopper? How did I miss this in the deck? It's actually hard run in the deck!
Yeah, I mean, it's a tech card to play against Mosaki Mage, I think, and also the Freeze Shamans.
Oh, Freeze Shaman, that actually is a good point. I mean, unfortunately in this case, like, you get rid of the 25-25, and then suddenly there's a 9/9, or 2 9/9s that you have to clear here. So I think that this is going to be the first game lost for Livik, so his Warlock is not going to be available anymore. But there you go,
I think
scammed.
he's playing a lot of cards, so it's not done yet. Like, he has 2 towns.
There is the...
It's not over.
There is the Shard of the Nara that can get drawn, though. So I feel like this game is just over, because the Mali can just probably hit it almost guaranteed. Yeah, I don't think there's any chance that we don't draw the Shard here, right? Shard is in the deck, right? Yeah, there it is. There
yes.
it is.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately, that kills the Warlock somewhat effectively. And yeah, like I wasn't too surprised by that, because the priest is all about scamming games, and if you give the priest enough time, then yeah, it does literally that. I was expecting to see like the double Nazmani and just play the Malagos for maximum board and maximum card draw, but Ego Waffle finds that nice in between. Just find a big minion and just smack him in the face.
One big minion and just pray that it doesn't die. And it didn't die, so that was pretty good from them. I really liked it.
Yeah, and that's just the
So
power of Medical
now,
Priest. I think this is a pretty cool deck that a lot of people just don't want to play because one, it's Priest, two, it's an APM deck, but it's got some pretty
yeah,
cool moments.
it's. I mean, in last season from GM, I think Leta was playing it a lot, and he was having some results with it, but it was like only a deck that someone like him could play well. Like it was not for the rest of us.
Yeah, it kind of reminds
And
me when
oh
Super
wow,
Fake bringing Moonfang Priest.
yeah, I mean, Super Fake is such a good player. Like he made it to top 16 3 times in a row or something like that, playing garbage decks. So, but yeah, that's the kind of deck that only those players could play well. I really like the hand from Ego Waffle here, and I think that he thinks the same because he gets all of those cards. On the other side, Levick has a decent hand, I think.
Did he actually keep the Bless in his hand? Did Ego Waffle keep the Bless in the mulligan?
No. He kept the other 3.
Okay. I was about to be like, keeping
Right.
Bless in the mulligan is
No.
very ballsy.
Yeah, yeah, that would be. No, that was not the case. Maybe going palm reading here just to corrupt the insight. What do you think?
So there's two lines of thoughts here. You could go for tempo, but there's also the line of being greedy with the palm reading. I don't think you really do anything else with this turn, but there's been plenty of times where like I wait for like 7 to 9 cards in my hand before I finally slap the palm reading, just because number one, against Quest Shaman you have plenty of time. Number two, being greedy with the discounts really helps juice that Nazmani. Like if you can hit a Gift of Luminance, for example, oh, that's just the best setup.
Yeah, maybe just going studies then, the Draconic studies.
I actually say that you can't go for that right now, because you saw in the last game when he played the studies, he automatically got like the 9-mana dragon. I think with this hand being so good, playing Draconic Studies is more of a detriment, so you don't have the Nazmani Bloodreavers discount the 9-mana dragon. And you're seeing exactly what Ego Waffle's doing here by keeping that and not slamming it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Nice. On the other side, yeah, I think that you have to go for guidance, and I think the best card you could get here, being the Shaman player, is the Devolving Missiles, I think,
Yeah.
in order to kill as many as fast as possible.
If you don't get that, an Overload card to help enact your game plan could be pretty decent.
Yeah.
Not really a lot that
double.
we can do here, though. It's kind of unfortunate where you have to double trade on turn 3 as a shaman with overloads. Or with overdrafts.
Yeah,
I love how he
maybe-
insta-picked it.
oh.
Didn't even see it pop
Wow.
up.
he got like a nature study, a nature spell plus the primordial studies, which is a arcane spell, and he already has the frost spell from the minion. So, like the multicaster is going to draw a lot of cards. Like maybe not 4 because your opponent is not going to play any minions, so you can play Perpetual Flame. But drawing 3 cards is quite good here for the Shaman.
So Ego is tossing up the palm reading insight play, because you can do that for 4 mana, but kind of like what I was saying earlier, being greedy with the discounts,
Yeah.
especially in a matchup like Quest Shaman where they're not actively killing you, I like the idea of waiting.
Yeah. One thing that I was thinking last turn was maybe instead of playing the second tradable card, the Overdraft, maybe going for Windshield into your own minion was the right play, since you don't actually need to attack the opponent since you know that he has Cyrella. So it's, letting your opponent be at full health is actually quite good for you sometimes.
All right, so
And also that...
Yeah, unfortunately, we're having a
that way...
spectator glitch.
Oh.
Yeah, we weren't able to see the discovers on there, so we might have some issues with this card. Okay, yeah, we can't see the discovers.
Yeah, you could choose between Primordial Studies, the Windpool Cavern, or the Serpent's Rain Portal. And I think you go with the Portal maybe because you need Overload cards, or just the Primordial Studies. What do you think?
feel like going for overload cards has just got to be number one. Like the last thing that you want to do is turn this
Yeah.
game into an attrition battle. Like yeah, you have
Yeah.
the automatic damage that can go face.
I mean, Quest Shaman is actually quite good at late game games.
Okay.
Like,
Gotta have to re-enter here. Unfortunately,
Okay.
we're not seeing the discovers, so I'm gonna quickly get back in here and see if that doesn't fix the problem.
okay, the three discovers are Bless, Power Word Feast, or Body Shard,
All right, we
which
got
is
it
the
back.
4 mana lifesteal. And I think that you go with Power Word Feast, like it's +2/+2 to a minion, and you already have one Bless in hand. You don't need a second one if you want to OTK your opponent. Like, I think Power Word Feast should be the play here. Maybe the Body Shard in order to kill something?
I mean,
No.
the way that I see it is that Bless is literally the same as Powered Feast, except you can give your minion way more attack. It's probably not gonna matter all too much, to be honest. Like giving the minion the attack, but I feel like there's just nothing but benefits to picking the Bless because it's just like it's just another combo tool. Like you could play your original one, try to mind game your opponent. That's probably never gonna be relevant. But I mean, I feel like just Bless was just better than the +2/+2. Like +2 plus whatever the attack or whatever your HP is attack as the same. That just seems nutty to me. Might see a multicaster get played here. We've got our
Yeah.
mana back. So let's see. That's 3 cards, right? Yeah, because he hasn't played the fire card yet.
Only 2, because he never played the Frost
Oh,
spell.
yeah, okay.
Like I was saying some turns ago that going for the windshield card instead of the tradable card was better because it would have enabled him to draw one more card this turn. But well,
I wonder if it would have
I mean-
caused hand size issues, because you would have had to play the card, draw a card, play your coin, and then draw essentially an additional 2, and you'd be at 10 cards right now. So I wonder if Levick was thinking that far ahead in terms of hand space issues.
no way, no way he could have thought about that. Like no. Like he played the guidance after that and got lightning bloom and stuff like that. So no way he could have managed to be able to decide how many cards he was going to have by the end of turn 5. Like,
Yeah, it is important to point out, though, that Ego kind of got the worst minion off of the Insight, because if you hit the Nazmani, then yeah, you have the second Nazmani to set up for, but if you hit the Mali, then you could, like, you're only 1 card away from popping that combo, but luckily Zarella is able to be used somewhat effectively here to buy us a bit more time. I doubt
Yeah,
that it survives, though.
sadly for the Russian player, he haven't discovered yet any copy of a hard removal which could deal with the Nasmani, something like the Hex or the Devolving Missiles would have been great, but
Here's
He
something you
doesn't
can
have
do.
it
Just
yet.
find your
Oh,
own
wow.
Nazmani. Ah, dang. I would have loved to have seen the Nazmani pop out of the 3 drops.
could you imagine that? And just playing Brukan this turn somehow.
Alright, I think we're just
Okay,
good to
that's
start
my
the combo.
Yeah, gift of Luminance from the top deck was great for the American player.
Oh, he found Malagos!
Okay. Wow, nice. So,
Psych split not
did we
getting
try to
hit?
get the Elec Mount before? Is it possible?
I don't think you're gonna be able to get that lucky.
No, you
Only
can't.
thing that matters
Yeah.
is just hitting that Mally right now. But I don't think it's possible. You get
I
3
think-
discounts
well,
plus another
yeah.
6. Yeah, it's not possible. Maybe you could stick the Elec Mount. Now it's impossible to stick it. This is another reason why I like the idea of the other Bless. But he did play the Powerword Feast here, so it's probably not too relevant. But I mean, having a second copy of Bless when you have to do this kind of combo sometimes is necessary. But now we're probably just gonna win this by being on the board and having massive taunts.
Yeah, how do we clear this board as Levic? Like,
You had said it
I
earlier.
mean,
Random Devo missile would be just what the doctor ordered.
yeah. I mean, maybe just trying to freeze the board like with the windshield and saying, okay, you're going to do weird stuff all your turn, but at least you won't be able to attack with those minions. Like,
This is where I wonder
wait,
if the Shaman direct damage is going to be better than the Priest board generation, because this Priest is going to have a fat board next turn.
yeah, I think that unless the priest is able to full full heal, maybe the shaman is able to kill his opponent. Like,
Oh my god, you can play
wait,
Prakan!
he died.
That's lethal!
That's it.
Yeah, that's lethal! Oh my god, dude, I didn't even see that.
Nice, nice.
Alright, that's a lethal.
Wow,
That's how you do it.
7 damage from the overdraft, plus the 6 from the broken. Yes, nice. I loved it.
Man, that was a hell of a
Yeah.
lethal. I definitely got to give that to Levick there for coming up with that good find. Like, I didn't think about the amount of
Nice.
overloaded mana crystals, so I didn't think that Brakan had any kind of chance. But I
Yeah,
mean,
that was so good. Like, yeah, I mean, poor Ego Waffle. Like, he must have been thinking his whole next turn, and then, oh wait, I'm dead.
yeah.
Like,
not really much that Ego could have done to have survived that
Yeah.
onslaught. But I mean, he had some pretty unlucky turns out of the discovers and whatnot. So I don't know if there was much he could have done against that. Shaman having all the direct damage you could ask for is probably not what you really want for the Miracle Priest. But I mean, you do have Quest Warlock versus Quest Shaman. Again, probably not the best matchup for. I forget who this is favored against. Isn't this favorable for
it's
Shaman?
good for the. This is a good matchup for the Warlock, actually.
Warlock.
Like, it's something like it's 60-40, something like that for the Warlock.
Yeah, and it's just got to do with the
So-
amount of board that this deck generates. I can't even remember if the spell damage burst is enough to kill the Warlock, but now that my memory is being refreshed, back to the Stormwind meta, this was all about the Warlock having so much board that the Shaman couldn't deal with it. But Shaman does have Wind Chill. Do you think that could make any kind of impact in this new meta of Alterac Valley?
Yeah, maybe. Like, I don't know. I mean, I still think that it's a good matchup for the Warlock, but yeah, Windshield might be able to change things a little. Like, getting one extra turn to be able to kill the giant might be quite good for the Shaman, I think. But on the other hand, when Ego Waffle is able to play something like Giant plus the Neophyte, the game is pretty much over, I think.
Yeah.
But, well, I mean, the hand from Levick is quite good. Like, double guidance plus Novice Supper here in order to just complete the first step of the quest. This is nice.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like this is going to be the hand that could potentially win the series, because you have a lot of the overload cards that really like pump into the quest. You have a Wind Chill to stop an 8/8 when it does come down. Oh no, I wonder. I think I got the spectator glitch again.
another. Okay, Levick just got another Novice Supper, which means he can just fill his board with minions, and maybe Waffle is going to have to play Coin plus Soul Rend next turn, just to not get hit so hard on turn 4 by the Shaman. Like, this is the best opening you could ever get as a Shaman, I think. Like, maybe something like Lightning Bloom and more minions, but getting double 3/2 plus a 2/3 by turn 3 with plus 2 spell damage, this is huge.
Yeah, this is
But-
honestly a pretty big deal, because forcing the coin Soul Rend is really something that Warlocks don't want to do in this situation. Like, they want to draw cards, they don't want to miss taps. getting deeper into the deck is so important. Like, think about it this way. Wouldn't you rather backfire for 3 cards that you can actually add into your hand, or would you rather play Soul Rend and destroy 3 cards from your deck, and you have to play defensively? Like, you always want to play the backfire, but there's no way, I don't think, that he's going to have the time, because you can't take an additional 8 damage as Warlock. You may have healing, but this is a deck that you're playing up against that has a lot of burst. So yeah, I like this coin Soul Rend turn.
Yes.
Oh
No
my-
more Lich.
That's disgusting.
Ah,
Those are some really
losing
important
dancing
cards.
is yes, so many good cards. But anyways, I mean, Waffle still has the backfire plus the Slinger next turn, the 2/1 that deals 1 damage per damage that you have taken this turn. So if Levick just plays the Sapper here or something like that, then the Waffle will be able to come back to the board fast. So it's still not over for the USA player, I think.
Oh,
And
man.
well,
Get the spectator glitch again. If you could read off the discovers.
yes. This time Levick didn't get any Novice Sapper. The other 2 options were the 5 mana 4/4 that discovers a spell, the elemental, and the other one was the 3 mana 3/1 with stealth. So going for Talnos is the best play, I think, here. And well, as I said, the USA player just went with Backfire and the Shadowblade Slinger to kill the Novice Sapper. So,
Oh man.
I mean, it's quite hard because I think that things are going as good as Levick would have expected them to be. But at the same time, like, this is still a good matchup for the Warlock. And I think that as soon as he draws any giant, things are going to go way worse for the Russian player.
Yeah, and you notice that
Oh.
Levick is holding on to that wind chill for when that moment
Yes.
eventually does happen.
Yes, I was going to say same. Nice. Like, Levick could have played the windshield on his own minion in order to draw a card, but the freezing effect is so important in this matchup. So going for Tor Guide plus Backfire, maybe?
Find the Anetheron for 1 mana. Really good combo. You can also play the Null. Null
Yes.
not bad either.
Yeah, I really like Null here. And of course, you don't tap. Or maybe, do you actually tap just in order to... Wait, another place, go tap, burn a card, and play the 6/6 taunt here.
You
What do you think?
could do that, but is that necessary is the question. Like, you can play the Null, commit the minion, and you're still getting the Baron Scavenger for 1 mana next turn anyway, so burning a card seems a little bit unnecessary.
Yeah, but you
I like the
also kind
creativity,
of like going faster with the quest. Like, that's 1 tap less that you need to do the next few turns in order to get the quest completed.
Yeah, that is a pretty
But,
big deal.
okay.
Counter argument, what if you burn Raised Dead?
I mean, what if you don't even make it to draw Raise Dead because you're dead way faster than that?
You know,
So-
that's a good counter argument.
Yeah, so if Levick plays 1 more Overload card right now, he's going to get a 3/3. So it goes with Rush. Oh wow. I was thinking about something like Perpetual Flame, just to kill 2 minions, Overload by 2. Oh, he's not going to kill the minion, okay. Then... Huh.
Maybe this is like, the first thing that came to mind was like Soul Rend being a little bit awkward, but I don't think you need to commit Soul Rend here. Even if you did have it. There's the 1 mana Anetheron, so that's pretty juicy.
I mean, maybe this is a good Tansim turn.
Either that or
Like-
like I was looking at like Baron's Scavenger into Touch of the Nazarene Bloodshard Bristleback. This is kind of where I get a little bit greedy as the Warlock, because the first thing that I want to do is just make the biggest board possible. Putting a taunt to protect the Netherron seems like it definitely needs to happen, but like if we do that, then we don't really have the Tamsin unless we play the Touch of the Nazarene. That does kill 3 minions though with the trade with the null on the 3/3, and you get 6 healing from it. I think I like that, to be honest.
Maybe.
Yeah, 6/6 Tamsin into
Like, I mean,
Touch.
well, the scavenger you always play here. Like, I think we all agree with that. Oh, he's going with another minion plus the touch of Harrison. Okay. He's going face with the 5/3? No, just going to try.
Yeah, you want to try and make Perpetual Flame as weak as possible, I feel like.
Face. Nice!
Okay.
Yeah, I hate doing tries here.
Oh, wait a
So I
minute.
agree with that.
Totemic Reflection gives us a buffed totem with Rush. Is that ever good? Oh, wait, we're only at 5 mana. That may not be good enough.
I mean, something with Charge Call, maybe? Like, getting an 8 mana minion might be good here. Something like Lightning Bloom, Charge Call, and if you get something ultra good, you can just play Vivid Spores and get all the minions back.
What is the best 8-drop that you can get as Shaman?
The 3/5 that eats a minion from your opponent.
Ah, yeah, that would be really good here. Abominable Lieutenant would be insane. Okay, so he does go with the Rush combo.
Okay.
So he's able to clear this and the Inephiron. Battleground Battlemaster is only 16 damage, so you're not worried about... Oh, wait a minute, the Perpetual Flame clear. I can't believe I didn't notice that. So we're super close to completing the quest. Charge Call is now at an 8-drop. Probably not going to matter all too much unless you want to go for like an Alakir, Cheese Lethal, but with the Warlock being at 28 HP, probably not a realistic expectation.
Yeah, maybe now you just keep the Charge Call to get double 7/7 with Taunt, like the 10 mana 7/7, or stuff like that. Like you no longer play it before you get Brukan. But
Potentially we can hit another Giant and a 6/6.
Anethran.
Ooh,
Nice.
that's also massive.
Yeah, Anethran, and then do you like just playing the 3/3 in order to kill the 2/2 so the Giant costs 0? And you can play it with the Tour Guide, maybe?
Yeah, it puts the most amount of meat onto the board, plus...
It doesn't set up lethal.
Like, how else are you gonna be able to utilize the bristleback? Plus, like you said, threatening lethal is the #1 thing here. If 2 of these 8 attack minions survive, it's just over.
Oh, I really like this positioning. I really like it. Imagine if the had Ego Waffle played the 8/8 in the middle between the 8/6 and the 3/3. Just going for Windshield on that minion would have been enough in order to prevent lethal with Battleground's Mother Master. So this exact position is so good. Like the only way you prevent lethal from Battle Master is no, you can't prevent lethal, but like if you Windshield one of the 8/8s, the 8 attack minions, you just put the Battle Master between the 3/3 and the other 8 attack minion.
Wait, a bunny rabbit. A bunny rabbit could get discovered here.
Okay. Let's see if he gets it. He does.
But he does get the
Well,
7/7 with taunt though. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's huge. I
So-
think that you just get that and you freeze the 8/8, right? Yes.
Yeah. Like something else I want to point out about Ego Waffle's positioning is that would have beaten Burkan. Like you would have been able to potentially set up like a double trade into the minion unless he did an AOE. So yeah, just that positioning was really important to notice there. But now we need to figure out how we're going to deny the Shaman from winning because they do have that Burkan, which starts to make this matchup a little bit scary. Well, every single bit of damage we take is now going to be crucial to be in range of their massive spell damage procs. But one thing to note is that the Shaman doesn't have card draw right now.
Yeah, doesn't have card draw, and the cards that he has in hand are not so good actually. Like Vivid Spores, unless you get another charge call, is not going to do much.
Yeah.
Brukan is it's good, but it's just good against small minions, not the kind of stuff that the Warlock usually plays.
Double Cult Neophyte?
Although, okay, well, actually, this board is quite weak against Brukan here. Like, you trade a 4-4 into the 8-8, maybe? Oh, no, wait. He's Overload.
Yeah. So Burkhan can't get played here, but the other
I mean-
Burkhan can't get played.
I mean, you can play it, like, you're dead, but you can play it, sure. But it's... He was not dead, like... Oh, yeah, he was.
Okay.
So, yeah. Okay, so has 6, 12. That's not enough. You always start with the top, I think. But now, remember when I told you that maybe just burning one card was okay because it would have allowed you to go faster with the quest. Right now, El Waffle has just 3 cards in the deck, but none of those cards are as important as just playing Tamsin and start dealing damage to your opponent. So maybe it was something to consider, just burning that extra card. I don't know. So you just play Battle Master here. Like, it's the best pressure you can get right now. Yes.
Yeah,
And just kill the 3-2.
like anything that prevents Burkhan being played is just absolutely massive. Like the double spell damage is only as good as the turn that you live to commit for it. So I mean,
Yes.
maybe a charge call can find a way out of this. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I think this is probably gonna be this is gonna go into round 3. It's not just gonna be a 2-0 sweep by either nation. And USA has the chance to defend itself. Let's go. USA! USA!
Wait, hear this. You play Brukan, you get the +6 health to all your friendly characters, which means Lightspawn is going to be at 4 attack again. And then the second thing that you pick is the deal 2 damage to all your opponent's minions. And then you also get the hero power that deals 2 damage to all your opponent minions, and in that way you kill the 8-8, and you are also at 13 health again.
Okay.
Like, you need to hit exactly the 2 damage to all opponent minions hero power, which is a 25% chance, but that might be enough. Yes, now here for 6.
Well, he could just,
Yes.
he has a lightning bolt that he could use here. He finds
Yes,
the
he
taunts.
saw it.
Oh!
Yes!
Alright, that's surviving right there.
Oh, nice! Altar of Fire.
Only 2 cards left in
That's-
deck for Ego Waffle. I think it's a Raised Dead and it's a Raised Dead and a Giant. Raised Dead is
Yeah.
the last card. You
So
really
maybe-
want that Raised Dead too.
Yeah. So maybe Tamsin and Drain Soul. Both Drain Soul, so you have the 0 mana card in your hand. And another Flesh Giant. Like, this is the last push from El Waffle, almost.
Yeah, so Levek is gonna be able to try and set up like an OTK here soon, but I don't know how much time he's gonna have. The Stormcaller Burkhan still has to be committed here. Yeah, like Levek has done a really good job at navigating his way through this, but I feel like this is gonna come down to a charge call draw.
Oh, that Lightning Bloom is so huge here. Now he could do something like Brukan, then
Brukan?
Serpent Shrine Portal to kill the 8-6.
Wait, you could also do something like Burkhan into
Oh,
into the
first
taunts.
place.
and then double up the death rattles.
Yeah. I really like that play. Yes, just Brucan, Lightning Bloom, Fire Spirit, and then the Beat Spores. And you can also heal power.
Oh my god.
Well, you can just Lightning Bloom the Lightning Bolt the A6 as well, since you have 9 mana here.
Yeah, I don't think you need to deal the AoE damage right now. The hero power really doesn't do all too much. And oh my god, dude, this Vivid Spars is going to pull so much weight.
Nice.
Like, imagine if you still have the Tamsin and Soul Rend possible. That might be the reason he knocks out the Tamsin. Because he knows that the Soul Rend is still possible.
Nice. Yes, I really like this.
The only question I have is if the fatigue is gonna kill him. Because what you can do is you could Soul Rend into tap Raise Dead. You complete the quest. You can play the Tamsin quest reward, and you can also play Drain Souls and even flex in an Ultra Fire or a Oh wait, you have the tap. You have the tap. Never mind. You don't have enough. You didn't hit Tour Guide. Okay, never mind. You don't have the mana to go for that yet.
I think that this turn you want to do something like double Bristleback, just to kill the 7/7. Like your opponent is not going to kill you probably.
Well, I mean, if you do the Tamsin turn, you can still kill the Bracan, but oh wait, no, because it's gonna pop out 2 7/7s. So you don't even want to kill the Bracan.
Oh yes, true. This is so hard for Leo Waffle. What's he going to do here?
Yeah, does he actually just lose here?
He's dead. Almost.
Oh no, don't do my America's so dirty, man. No.
I think... Well, let's count the damage. He has 7 plus 6 is 13 plus another 6 from the hero power. Oh wait, he has no mana at all, so maybe he has to kill the Tamsin here with his Rukan, just in order to get more board for next turn.
Oh, this is like dangerous ice that we're skating on right now. We don't know how thin this is, because the moment that Levig is off the board, I don't think he can win. Like, maybe that multicaster can somehow find the win next turn, but we have to get to that turn.
I mean...
Oh man, Levick is just looking like he doesn't know what to do. I'd be so...
The most important thing here is to get all minions below 5 health, like 5 or less. So nothing dies from Soul Rend alone, I think. So maybe just trade in the 7/7 into the other 7/7 and then 1, 2, 3 into the 8/6 and go face with everything else.
Part of me was wondering if you maybe needed to hold on to the Bracan.
Yes.
Because now that both have hatched, you know that your opponent has 2 Drain Souls and a Soul Rend left. I think this might be match for Levick here. Wait. Okay, so I don't think Ego Waffle has lethal here, but the real question is, can Levick kill Ego Waffle next turn?
He can't, right? Like, Ego Waffle is going to go to almost 30 health again.
Yeah, you don't have a clear here. You don't have a way of connecting the damage to face.
Yeah, you just clear everything and then like you go with the 6 health. Yes.
You could even hold on to the other soul drain. Okay, so
I mean,
Lightning Bolt is still in the deck. Another oh, there's actually not that much burst left. I think he needs to play Altar Fire and burn the Charge Call. Charge Call. Wait, no, Charge Call doesn't even work anymore because they get 10 drops and they don't have immediate impact.
Levick is at 3 health, so next turn he's going to take 4 plus 7. That's 11. So unless he finds some way to heal 9 at least,
Okay,
he
overdraft
just dies.
destroyed. I don't think there's enough, especially now that we like lost most of our like overload cards. Like we can't go
Yeah,
for
no
like
more lightning bloom.
Yeah, no more big lightning blooms into like epic overdraft combo. I think that this is gonna do it. Oh man, USA turned it around is gonna make this go to round 3.
Boo. Okay, wait. Guidance into nothing.
Yeah, guidance into healing maybe could have done something, but
Yeah, like the thing is that he needed to heal for at least 9, and that was not possible here.
yeah, that was a very tight game between both of these guys.
I really like this match.
Oh my god, what a absolute banger of a matchup.
Yeah.
It looks like Eggo Waffle is going to give Americas just a little bit of hope, which is exactly what we need right now. So next up is going to be Gamer RVG versus No Flame. But yeah, any closing comments that you have about this this match, Rami?
I mean, this match had everything. Like, we saw the priest doing weird stuff with, like, the big dragons. Then the shaman getting an OTK that no one of us saw here. And then that last match that was pure madness. I loved it. Like, this is what Hearthstone could potentially be if we get the rogue nerf. So maybe if someone is watching there, go and tell the people in charge to do that nerf so we can get this kind of match every time in ladder, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of miss some of the old dynamics of Stormwind. Like, I know there was a lot of like kind of like unfavorable matchups, kind of like what we just saw. But some of these matchups can lead to like some really interesting gameplay, and that was all that we saw here. We literally almost saw the Shaman make the comeback that would have been it would have been game winning for Russia. Like they would have taken home the series here. But luckily for us here in America, we still have a chance. We still have a chance in order to make this dream come true, and beat the Russians in something else other than hockey. All right, so both of these players are going to be playing on NA, actually in the wrong server, so let me go back.
Okay.
We're right now just waiting for Gamer RVG, so let's go ahead and pop into the lineups here real quick. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's see what No Flame has got in store for you, which is Thief Rogue, Fell Demon Hunter, and Mozaki Mage, which the Rogue has been banned, so we're not seeing any filthy scabs here in this stream. This is a scab-free zone. But what do you think about Fell Demon Hunter and Mozaki Mage being brought together?
Fell Demon Hunter is one of those decks that I never wanted to play. Like, any kind of OTK Demon Hunter is just not my style of playing. But it's quite interesting. I mean, it has some pretty new cards like the Kurtrus and Expendable Performers plus Fire Deadeye, which is a nice combo to kill your opponent. And the Mosaki Mage is, well, if someone here has been watching the stream from Aveline, this is one of the best decks right now. Like, she's killing everyone on ladder with that deck. It's quite impressive the things that you can do with that deck, like OTKs on turn 6 or 5 even sometimes, which is insane. Like, decks like this, I don't think are supposed to exist, but well, we have them, so it's okay that players bring them.
Yeah, you want to know a fun fact about me and Mozaki Mage? And this isn't me talking about how much I hate the deck. I was literally able to get a turn 7 OTK, no, I'm sorry, a turn 5 OTK and deal 70 damage. Nice. I agree with you. I don't think that should be possible right now. Like, that is just unheard of in terms of mana cheat and damage cheat. It's just so freaking broken, to say the least.
I mean, that kind of stuff is not even supposed to happen in Wild, I think. I mean, they do happen in Wild. Even worse stuff has happened in Wild, but I don't know. Like, But on the other hand, I see that Gamer RPG has the same Demon Hunter decklist, maybe one or two different cards, but no more than that.
Let me just double check the
The
elections.
only difference is that No Flame has Mytherion, which Gamer RPG doesn't. And well, the other two decks from Gamer RPG are the Paladin, Libran Paladin, and the Thief Rogue.
Okay, so Rami, I have to apologize to you. I lied to you. We are probably gonna
Oh.
see a rogue today.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sorry to everybody that I just lied to right now.
I mean, I'm glad that you realize this now and not after the game started and you make one of them just insta concede because they wrote the wrong deck or something like that.
Yeah, like this is
let's
where
try it.
this is where you could spam production Lul because this is my very first time doing all this stuff. There's been a lot of mistakes, I will definitely admit that, but it's been a learning experience. So I just want to give one more shout out to Max Esports for letting me give a go at this, even though there's been a lot of misplays.
I mean, this is also my first time trying to cast a match in English, so we are both having our first time here. Yeah, big thanks to the Max Exports team for having us here right now. Well, as I was saying, the Gamer RPG has the Demon Hunter without Mytherion, then the Libran Paladin, and Thief Rogue. So No Flame decided to ban Rogue, so Gamer RPG is not going to play with the Rogue, and No Flame is not going to be able to play with the Mage.
Yeah, so we don't have to worry about any turn 5 70 damage OTKs. That sounds amazing.
I really wanted to see that, actually, but well.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the first Q would be here, because like the Demon Hunter into Rogue is really what you wanna see. Paladin doesn't have that bad of a time going up against Rogue. I feel like Paladin is just an overall really good deck against almost everything in the meta, but what it can't deal with is like these insane scams from the poison rogues and from the OTK decks and the insane combos that are possible right now. So like Paladin just kind of falls short in that department, but like in every other matchup, it just Libram Paladin is just gonna be a dominant ladder deck until eventually the cards rotate out in the next expansion. I'll be happy to see a new refreshing take on Paladin once that happens.
I mean, Libran Paladin is actually pretty good against Thief Rogue. Like, I know, against Poison Rogue it's actually quite bad. Unless you have all the techs like Viper plus Mutanus. Like, you're not expected to win against Rogue since the Rogue can just kill you from hand with +2 spell damage. But against Thief Rogue, it's actually quite good, I think. I mean, yeah, the Rogue can do some weird stuff and just kill your opponent with double willpower null on turn 2. But other than that, it's supposed to be a good matchup for the Paladin, I think.
All right, so looks like we're getting into this match. We got Gamer RVG versus No Flame, the last round of Americas versus Russia. Let's go ahead and get all of the information for you. There we go. So we've got Paladin versus not Shaman. It's definitely no Shaman here.
I would love to see the Shaman hero with a mustache. So it's a note Shaman, like mustache. Is that okay? I don't know if it's it.
It would actually be kind of funny if Maestro just gave mustaches to everybody, and that was the key indicator versus having to use the card back, which is actually kind of funny. Apparently, Max Esports doesn't commit you to using the card back. Either that or No Flame wasn't aware of this. Let me just double check to. Okay, yeah. So he's not picking the. He didn't get the band class. So Gamer RVG has complete knowledge of this being the rogue deck.
Yes.
And have you played much of this matchup? Rami?
I mean, I played it a lot from the Paladin perspective. I haven't played a single match yet of Thief Road. Like, whenever I play Rogue, I just go to Weapon Rogue, which I think is better deck, and that's enough Rogue for me. Like, I don't need to play any other archetype from that class. Oh, interesting. Going turn 1 Broomstick is not so sure that this is actually a good play. Like,
What
Gamer
is...
RBG has Lord Barov in his deck, so maybe something like Lord Barov plus this room on turn 4 would have been key here.
Yeah, I guess he just
I don't
really
know.
wanted a minion to buff here. I'm not really sure. Like,
Yeah.
I don't usually play Broom like that, but at the same time, I haven't really played this deck in quite some time. So I'm wondering if, like, the buff is just absolutely that necessary.
Being ahead of board is so important for the Paladin. Like, having stuff that you can buff is quite important. Well, since you don't already have the Lord Barrow in hand, just playing on turn 1 the Broom is okay, I guess. Yeah, I can see that. So, well,
Just no
turn 2, double 3/3 sounds good to me.
All right, so unfortunately, I don't know why this is happening, but I'm not able to get Gamer's face. It's just it's showing his his headset. I might have to change this up a little bit, but
Okay,
yeah.
so Gamer RBG decides to play the Stoneheart Vindicator, which brings him the Liberamus Wisdom, and he instantly puts it in the broom so he can kill the 3/3.
Okay, there we go. I figured it out. I figured it out. Production Lul.
Nice.
There we go. Gamer RVG can thank me later. His beautiful face can be seen by everybody. All right. Now I just gotta fix the scores, and oh man, there's so many little things that you gotta focus on when doing broadcasting.
Yeah,
But I absolutely
trying to
love this
cast
feeling.
and production at the same time is so hard.
But yeah,
Oh, interesting.
Thief Rogue is absolutely dominating right now. Like, it's got all of the board that you could ask for. It's got the value from the prize plunderer to keep the paladin off the board as best as they can. But this is when the divine shield of the noble mount really does get in the way of being able to fully clear. And paladin only needs one minion in order to take advantage of a lot of different buffs and just incredibly insane things. So I think that just goes to show how good Noble Mount is as a card for just being really, really sticky.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I hate the fact that Noble Mount is not a holy card, which would have been insane for this deck with all the discounts from Career Rome and stuff like that. But still, it's a pretty amazing card. And one thing to notice is the fact that No Flame has the Secret Passage in hand already, which means that next turn could be so good for him. Like, if he had any other card here in this position, I would say that he was quite okay, but not that at all. But with Secret Passage next turn, that might bring him something like double null or something like that. This game could go so good, so well for him. And here, I think that you just trade the 1/1 into the 2/1 and then play the pupil, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Or
the thing that kind of sucks about playing pupil is that you don't really set up like the greatest clears, but it does at least force your opponent to answer this. And like there's really no clean answers here. So yeah, waiting for the buffs definitely seems like the better idea, because you really you don't want to be taking an additional 6, and if they remove your board, then suddenly it's even harder for you to get any edge in this matchup. And double recon and a double agent is not what you want to see right now.
Oh yes!
Oh,
that's
no.
the card that you want to see. Nice.
This card made me rage quit on stream today,
Yes.
man. I got a Tyrion playing Druid because I got it from Sonarian Ward, and then they played this card into Shadow Step, and I was just like, all right, that's enough today, guys. That's enough.
So toxic. Literally the best discover he could have got. Like,
People
I
were
mean,
worried about a 4 mana mind control for priest, but nobody thought about the 2 mana mind control for rogue.
yeah, I mean, this card, I hate the fact that it doesn't see any play at all in priest. Like, this is a rogue card. Like,
Recon is just such a great card. Like, I love the amount of flexibility and variability it can add to games. Just like being able to find a Tonk, being able to find Barav, being able to find a Despicable Dreadlord. Like, there are so many good cards that you can find with really impactful death rattles.
yeah,
But on
true.
the other side, Gamer RVG is not hitting his Libram discounts, and this is really starting to stack up now.
Maybe going for Hand of Adal instead of Libram of Wisdom and just kill a 3/3.
I like the idea of card
Like-
draw, yeah.
Yeah.
Card draw seems very important right now.
Oh, and he says it's raid. Nice. I mean, is he expecting the 1/4 from Priest, actually? That would be weird.
I don't.
Yeah, the tempo swing here is going to be huge. Like, a taunt means that the Paladin is not going to be able to kill the 1/4 with Career Rom next turn in order to get back the 6/6. So, just trying to steal this card is huge.
Gamer does not seem very happy about that, but it does seem like he could be, more upset about this. So maybe he's got like something he can draw here, but like kind of like what you were saying, like there's just not a lot going for the Paladin right now. And it's
Yeah.
turn 6, you've got no Libram discounts. I feel like the only draw that makes a difference is the Alador 5-drop. Blanking on its name right now. The Alador True Seeker.
Yeah, this is not the hand that you want to have by now. Like, I mean, not sure how is it right now, but some months ago, the 5-mana card was literally the best card you could keep in your starting hand. Like, I mean, almost as good as the other attendant. So you always kept it. Like, the Aldor Truth Seeker is just that good. It's a 5-drop that you always keep in your starting hand as a Lyran Paladin. But not sure if that's the case anymore.
Yeah, keeping a 5-drop can sometimes get you killed, but I think it still might be a pretty good keep because of how important it is to discount your Librams. But kind of like what we're seeing right now, Rogue has lots of ways of not caring about your game plan, and there's just so many different options that No Flame has right now, to where like I feel like we might just see like a smite turn. Maybe he just goes Smork and just hits him for 13 damage. We know that he's probably not going to do that because he doesn't want to play into like an AoE or something like that.
Mm.
But yeah, just getting rid of the Trog, it's another good plan. Just keep the Paladin
Yeah,
off the board.
I like it. Yes, this is nice.
Yeah, keeping the 1/1 up. The buffs are a detriment right now. Okay, there's Eldor True Seeker, but it might be a bit
Finally.
too late.
I mean, you still play it. Like, what else are you supposed to do with this hand? So, either Truth Seeker. Oh, the Divine Shield here is actually quite bad for Game RPG, I think, since he can't trade the 1/1 instantly. So he instead has to go with Lyran of Wisdom into the Aldor Truth Seeker, which I agree.
The real sad thing,
now-
though, is this possibility of Shadow Step being drawn and denying that taunt
Yes.
again. Okay,
That
I got
was
soul 0 mana
insane.
spell. I freaked out for a second. Whew, okay, not that easy.
So we can stab.
You have stab. You have smite.
Yeah, it's quite close to lethal. I mean, it's not lethal yet, but
Okay, Ironclad. This is a 3 mana 2/4. If your hero has armor, gain +2/+2. We are almost never playing that card. I was like, what is this
Wait.
card? It almost.
I mean, next turn he can just scabs then heal power and play it as a 1 mana 4/6, since Scab is going to give him 5 armor.
Okay,
So
yeah,
next
that is
turn
something that
maybe-
can happen. Something
Like,
else
I mean-
that can happen is the scabs returning the mind control card, but I think
Yeah.
at this point the game is pretty donezo here.
Yeah, game RPG just conceding after playing Varian is also a possibility, maybe. Oh, wait, but he still has another devout pupil. So now he's going to. I mean, he's not dead. I
Okay,
think.
alright, devout pupil, that definitely keeps us
Yeah.
alive.
Yes,
Trade
like
to the
you
6/6,
just kill the
trade to the
6/6.
3/3.
Yeah.
You have Broom now to set up for a Barov clear. Wow, okay, I mean, this game was looking super unwinnable, but now the fact that we have a chance is a huge step in the right direction. Like, if we get a Livermahope, we might have a real chance of making a comeback here.
Yeah. The thing is that now No Flame could play Scabs, then heal power and get the 4/6 on board. And also he would get the 1/3 in hand again. I mean the 1/4 from Priest, which is going to be huge. So I'm not sure that there is any way Game RPG could survive this.
Scab's broken.
Yeah, but
Ironclad.
Scouts is broken, and the 1/4 from Priest is also broken here. Like next turn is going to be a 2 mana 1/4 that takes a big minion from his opponent.
Yeah,
Like
this is,
what this game RPG is expected to do here.
Cry. I think that's the only thing that anyone can do here. It's what I would do if I was on stream.
Wait. Oh, the other option was maybe No Flame could have played around how's it called, Lord Barov, by not playing the 4/6 and the 4/5, because he knows that Gamer RPG has the broomstick on his hand from the variant.
Yeah, if he would have
Then-
gotten the Barov, he would have been able to commit a taunt there, and that would have stopped the smite. So yeah, that could have gone to
Yeah.
that definitely could have gone to him for sure. So that's a little bit unfortunate for Gamer RPG, who's going to lose that first round. But I mean, there's still a good shot for Russia or for USA to take this home. It's not over yet. Gamer RPG still has his Demon Hunter, which is supposed to be somewhat good against Rogue because of all the removal and all the healing that it has. I still sometimes struggle in this matchup, so it's not that cut and dry. So Russia could easily get this 2-0 and become the winners of this week. But I believe in USA. USA all the way. So I'm gonna hope that Gamer can do this with his Demon Hunter. But it looks like a pretty difficult order.
I mean, as I said earlier, these are two of the best teams from the whole tournament. Like, this could easily be a semi-final match. Like, the finals is always against China, but this could easily be a match for the second place. Like,
yeah, man, don't forget, Gamer RPG is
Yeah.
now an official GM. He will be in the next season representing USA and Hyperresin. Every single
I
one of the
see.
players,
Nice.
yeah, every single one of the
Yeah,
players
oh,
is
yeah,
either
yeah.
a current GM or a past GM. So that's just fun to point
Yeah.
out.
But the Russian players are just so good, even if now one of them is already a GM. Like, I mean, if they were in Americas, they would be GM already, like, a long time ago. But let's try not to say that.
Is this where we say America's Lul?
NA lol. Nah, just kidding. So, what do you get here? I really like the School of Gul'dan, I think.
You could pick Skull of Gul'dan, you could pick Curtis to
Oh,
kill the 3/3s.
Yeah, that's also pretty good.
There's been a few times where that's been somewhat important, but yeah, keeping Skull here might be the better play because you could play Fel Barrage, you could play Chaos Strike into Eldari, and then you have a turn 4 Skull setup, so I like this pick from Gamer RPG.
True. Okay, so just Chaos Strike in order to get that card out of your hand? Or maybe Illidari Studies? What do you think?
You definitely want to play a 2-drop here. So that way you can play 1 into 2 next turn. So that is somewhat important. So I don't think the Chaos Strike is gonna matter all too much. The removal from the Fel Barrage might matter next turn.
I mean, turn 4, Fel Barrage with Talented Arcanist could clear both 3/3s.
The only
Which
question
could also be really good.
Yeah, the only question with that is, do we want to deny turn 4 Skull, though? That just seems way too powerful to say no to. But removal is removal against Road. As you're about to see right here, this might actually force out Gamer RPG to go with a Fel Barrage keep.
Not even me.
But you can kill a 3/3 regardless.
I mean, maybe you just Illidari Studies, Heal Power and Sigil, and next turn kill everything with Fel Barrage with Talented Arcanist. Is that a good play, maybe?
Sets up a turn 5 Skull for 4 mana. The biggest thing I don't like about waiting is the fact that we know our opponent can probably go somewhat wide here. Ooh, Chaos Leech, though.
I kind of like the Ganar more here.
Wait, hold on. You can pick the Kurtrus, because it'll cost 2 mana. We played...
yes!
We played another Eldari.
Yeah, that's... I mean, that's insane here. Let's hope that they don't see it, so the Russian team could win.
Yeah, I don't,
just
know if he's thinking about that.
I wonder if he's making the connection that this is going to be 2 mana less, because if he doesn't pick the Kurtrus, then he might be setting up for the Skull still. But this has to be a Kurtrus pick.
Only a few more seconds.
Alright, he goes for it.
He saw it. No, he didn't see it. No.
Okay, so he wants the
Skull. I think he just wants the Skull. I think he had the time because he picked the card and he definitely could have gotten that value.
No way.
I think we made a misplay here. I mean, the only reason why I'm saying that is because
we have the Talented Arcanist into the Fel Barrage, so even if he would have played a second 3/3, you could have still gone for that. Like, the only advantage to doing this is Skull. Is Skull gonna pay off that well?
I don't know. I mean...
Like, I don't want to say that Gamer RPG is misplaying here, but I'm having a hard time justifying why we would have... Ooh.
4 mana Skull is also pretty good. Like, if he plays Kurtrus here, then he was wrong last turn, but you have to go with Skull here, yes.
This is okay. Yeah, so if this Skull makes up for the last turn, then it definitely was not okay. It was not a misplay. I take back what I said. Gamer RPG is a GM clearly for a reason. I am a noob and a loser.
That's not how you weight whether a play is a mistake or not. Like, you can't just decide it because of the final result.
Yeah. Like, result-oriented thinking.
Yeah, that's not how you are supposed to play. But I don't know, like, playing 4 mana Skull is I guess it's almost always a good play.
Yeah, there's not that many laws in Hearthstone, but 4 mana Skull on turn 4 seems like it would be one of those absolutes damn near.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, what do you pick here? The Mage Legendary card is quite good, I think.
I think it has to be the Mage card because suddenly your spell damage is just much
I could have gone
powerful.
with the Warlock card that puts 3 prime minions in your deck. That card is so fun. Like, I don't care if that's the best play possible, but just...
There is an argument to say it was correct, just because there are times where you have to scam the Demon Hunter. Like, I would say as a rogue, you're not necessarily, like, super unfavored, but this is not a matchup you feel confident going up against when the Demon Hunter has all of their removal. So it's like, having those primes can sometimes be important.
So here he could just heal power the 3/3 and then play Kurtrus and everything dies. Another option would be to play Fury, which is 3 damage, kill the 3/3 and then play the File Gorger. I mean, not in that order, of course.
Kind of like the
I
idea of
think
the
that
Fell Gorger, to be honest. Like
like you
and the
never
Sigil.
go with the Talented Arcanist plus Immolation Aura is something that you don't want to do in this turn, I think.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna go for the Kurtrus turn. This into Hero Power just seems like a really effective clear. I guess
Yeah.
if you want to use Fury to play the Sigil, it is possible, but I don't think it's the way to go.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got the 4/5 and the 5/5 now, so this makes the Talented Arcanist clear so good. You don't get your Skull, but you're getting value that you need, and you can also pump it up with a Fell Gorger. So that by itself
Yeah, I
is
really
pretty
like
powerful.
That makes sense, I think. Like, yes, you want to play the school, but like you know that delaying it one turn is probably the best play possible here.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. We get another, we get a Chaos Leech, actually. First time that we're seeing it outside of the Eldari's Discover.
Nice. Well, now the thing that I'm not so sure about is the fact that he decided to pick Kurtrus and not play it instantly. So maybe one of the other two options was better, maybe. Like, I remember that one of those other two options was the 3 mana 3/2, so you don't pick that one. But I don't remember the other card that might have been better than Kurtrus.
I think
If
it
they are not.
was it was Philosophy, Kurtrus, and Chaos
Oh.
Leech. I think those. Were
Oh,
the
okay,
options.
no. Okay, then yes, it was over Kurtrus.
Well, we have a Skull turn here. Hopefully, it can hit like the Death Knight. Top deck Chaos Leech. You could even play the 1 mana Chaos Leech just to deal 3 damage, depending on what you get off of this. Oh my god!
Oh, oh,
Wow. All
Okay.
right. That's pretty freaking good.
yeah.
He can almost set up the he can almost set up the OTK in one turn.
Kill, yes.
Well, I guess
Nice.
setting up an OTK in one turn is very redundant.
I mean, you don't set it up, you just do it. Like, yeah.
The wise words of Yoda, don't think, just do. I think that's the reason why I've thrown half of my Hearthstone games, though. Maybe he's not a great Hearthstone coach.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes overthinking is quite bad for you, so just going for it is the right play sometimes.
Yeah,
What is he thinking now?
I think he's just playing ahead his future turns, like trying to think about like, do I set up the what do I set up with the Death Knight? Fell Gorger seems like it's an insane draw just to help you get one more Fell card. I think there's Immolation Aura, there's Fell Barrage, and there's Chaos Strike still left in the deck. So all of those are pretty decent off of the Fell Gorger.
Yeah, I mean, from a 1 mana Felgorger, everything is good. Like, it doesn't matter what you get, you always play it.
Yeah, and on the flip
yeah.
side, No Flame might be just going for the return on the Smite to try and set up a combo, not putting any minions on the field so there's not any lifesteal because there's only one more weapon in the deck. First one did get Vibrated. Oh my god, the 3rd Skull. We can technically play that if we play a Fury.
I mean, I think that you want to play Kurtrus always, because your opponent already went with the Smite and Shadow Step.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
So,
Going for the Skull is pretty greedy here. If you could play it with the hero this turn, it would have been pretty nuts. So yeah, Kurtrus, what else do you do here? Do you ever hit your own minion to heal? I want to say no.
I think you just heal power, Kurtrus heal power, and play the Sigil, maybe.
Yeah, set up for like a combo for next turn. Is it ever... Okay, hold on. Is it ever Kurtrus into the 4 mana Expendables?
I have given up everything.
just to fill the board, but that way, I mean, if your opponent has scabs, you just lose that card.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
4 mana.
Yeah, that can't be the
I
play.
don't think that's good.
See, I was
Yeah.
looking at No Flame's hand, and it's like, huh, a large board would clear, but yeah, Gamer has to play around the
Yeah.
scabs. God, I hate this card!
Oh, I really like this. They are also trying to play around burning cards from scabs by playing the Fury here. So that was fine.
What's a 7 mana card that scams? I mean, Flame Strike would clear the board. He finds the Twilight Runner. No way to get
wow.
Rush, so you can't draw 2 cards from it right now. Honestly, it having stealth has no bearing on this specific matchup too, so that's kind of sad.
Something like Double Agent.
Double Agent, Wicked Stab into Prize Plunder.
Price Plunder, Double Price Plunder. Wait,
We got a disconnection.
yeah.
That didn't last long. Yeah, like I always find it funny when Hearthstone disconnects, but the player cameras don't disconnect either. So Lul in the company, I guess.
I mean, poor player, but yeah.
Is he thinking
What's he going to do?
Smite into Wicked Stab Plunder?
Is it 6, 12,
It's not enough to kill, but it
16,
is
17, yeah.
getting there. So a talented Arcanist draw might just finish this game.
Yeah, this is almost lethal.
Ooh, Jace! Is that just lethal now?
He has 8.
8 plus 3 plus another 6 if Jace comes down.
8 plus 3 is 11, and 12 from the Hero Power.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is lethal.
No, this is 10 from the Hero Power because he's at 9 mana. Like, he plays 4 mana in the expendable performers, and then he only has 5 Hero Powers. That's not enough. That's 21.
Yeah, that is 21. Wait, isn't it 23 because of the Chaos Strike? What about the Fel Barrages could actually kill him, right?
Oh, you mean playing Chase?
Yeah, playing the Jace. Isn't Jace just lethal?
Amidst the flames.
Well, 6 plus...
6 plus another... Yeah, dude, that
Okay, yes.
I think that one if emo comes out. Yeah, that wins. That wins. GG, man.
Oh, boo! No.
Yeah, because we had
Nice.
3
Yeah.
3 attack
Yeah.
Furies. Oh my god.
Nice.
Well, there you go.
1-1.
All right, just like that, we are going into the final game that is possible in this series. I always love casting these events because you know that the players are getting everything that they wanted. The casters, who cares about what the casters want? We're just here to spin the game in a good way. And the more important thing is that we get a full stream. We get all of the coverage you could possibly ask for. And it just means the most amount of Hearthstone. But this means also that we're going to be getting a Demon Hunter mirror, one person with Magnetheron, and the other person without it. So how important do you feel like it is in this particular matchup?
I don't think it's important at all. Maybe an early Mytherion from a no flame could make things even more interesting. But I don't know, like at the same time, like if you play Mytherion quite late in the game, then you allow your opponent to play the full combo against it with the expendable performers plus the Fellfire Deadeye. So I don't know if that's a card that you actually want to play. But we will see. Like, it's just about to start from Gamer RPG. He has Chaos Strike, Fell Screen Blast, and Fell Barrage. That's not the kind of hand that you want, I think. Maybe only the Chaos Strike. While No Flame already has Mytherion in hand. Let's see what he does with... Oh, he keeps it! So I think he's trying to play it on turn 3 or something like that. Maybe?
Yeah, I think that yeah, I'm not all too familiar with the Felt Demon Hunter
Yeah, like
strategy
wait, this is
when the mirror
this is
induced.
not weapon rogue. What's going on here?
Well, like it's not even the fact that it's rogue, but like this matchup in particular makes me a little bit confused on how exactly to approach it because this is one of those matchups where you don't want to have a board, and if you give a board, it really threatens
Yeah.
your own death. So it's like I really didn't play a lot of this matchup, so like the mirror is something I don't particularly know how to set up the best counterplays, but I feel like the best way of doing it outside of just getting your hero card first is just to maximize on your card draw. It's usually what mirrors come down to anyway.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I mean, the Mycerium is something that just I can't stop thinking about it. Like, how is he going to play it? I mean, if he kept it in the starting hands because he's going to play it early, but is it actually going to win him the game? I don't think so. Well, I don't know. Like, maybe instead of having Mycerium here, he would have got a sigil and would have been able to start drawing cards since turn 1. But nope. So here you just go with Iliad Studies and try to get all the card draw that you can, right? Just the 2 mana spell that draws 2 cards, and that's it.
The only other downside I can think of is if you don't get that many options off of the Eldari studies. Like, say if you want to use like a skull, you're not able to get the value out of the outcast because of the expendable farmers. So I can understand gamer RBG's hesitancy to want to play this because outside of the Spectral Sight, I don't think there's another good option out of the Eldari studies for like the next couple of turns.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. So Chaos Strike. And I don't think that you ever coin the sigil, you just pass here. Nice. Oh, that's something that you would want to play, but you can still do that next turn, the Fire Gorger. So that's quite a good draw, I think.
I really
So
do
here-
think the Magnetheron is going to be like one of the game-winning plays if No Flame is able to find the removal here pretty soon. Like, imagine just being able to coin it out and then on the next turn kill the 1/3s. I don't think he has that possibility right now. Yeah, he doesn't have the possibility right now, but it would be insane if that was the way that you win this matchup, just by scamming the Magnetheron.
Yeah, but at the same time, you have to spend all your turn 3 playing Mycerium, and then all your turn 4 trying to kill the 1/3.
Oh my god, he's going for it! I didn't want to be right. I didn't suggest this for you to make this play. I have no idea what I'm talking about right now.
Well, that's why he kept the card. Like, if you keep it and then you don't do it, then why did you keep it at all at the first place? But,
well, like, I was kind of thinking of like playing Felgorger there, because like if you hit an emo for 2, that's pretty good. But I guess you could always do that next turn.
yeah, I don't know. Like, as I was saying, like, he has no way to kill the 1/3 next turn, so he's probably not going to be able to attack with the Mycerium on turn 5. So maybe he... I don't know. Wait.
No, we can't see the Discovers again. What has he got
He
offered?
has Spectral Sight, and the Philosophy, and the 4 mana that draws 2 minions with that rattle, and of course he went for the Spectral Sight. And just playing an arrowed minion.
Alright, luckily there's not too much to discover with this deck, so I'm not gonna re-enter. If there was like a priest mirror or something like that, we definitely need to see the random generation, but
Yeah, don't worry. So here you try to start killing the 1/3s, I guess, but as I was saying, like, he's not going to be able to attack with the Mycerium on turn 5, so the best he could hope for is going face for 12 on turn 6, but by that time, Gamer RBG will have many ways to kill the Mycerium, I think. Like, not so sure it was a good play. So here, do you go with the Fire Gorger already, or choose?
I feel like you need your removal. Like, if you hit a 0 mana Chaos Leech,
Yeah.
or if you hit a 0 mana Fel Barrage, like, that's just damage to the Magnetheron that you need to stack. I think it's safe to assume that the 1/3s are going to die this next turn, so you have to just charge up the amount of damage you have.
Yeah.
And right now, just like a Chaos Leech, a Talented Arcanist, and a Fury as the only ways to really get meaningful damage is not going to be good into a 12/12.
Yeah, true.
So if you find Fel Barrage off the top, you can Talented Arcanist into Fel Barrage Chaos Leech for 13 damage.
That's very good, isn't it?
And if you don't hit that, I'm open to suggestions. Because we're one turn away from hitting the Expendable Performers trade, and honestly, just one of these is more than enough. Like, one smack to the face is going to tilt this game massively in No Flame's favor. So I think this might have been the game-winning play.
Oh wow. I don't know yet. Like,
I mean, like, how does he
Yeah, I mean-
clear?
So impatient.
the fact that this deck no longer runs the Moarg is the key, I think. Like, if Game RBG had a Moarg, then killing a 12/12 is not that hard for the Demon Hunter. But right now, after that nerf, yeah, it's... How do you kill that? I mean, you can also just not kill it at all and ignore it for one turn, like do something like File Gorger plus...
I feel like it's your only option here. Like, you have to try
Yeah.
and find the removal. And there's the Fel Barrage that would have been so crucial to have.
So you can play the Talented Arcanist and just go for the 8 damage on it. But yeah, it's setting up that kind of damage. I don't know if that would be game winning though. You put it at 4 HP, so what?
Now he has 2 plus 6 from the Furies. His 8. He's not so far away from killing him.
Yeah, so that's 8 potentially. Yeah, there's only 8 damage, 9 from the hero power that you could commit this turn. Honestly, I wouldn't hate just Smorking Face, to be honest. But killing the minion is probably just the better play here, so that way the Magnetheron has as much HP as you can pressure. And this is kind of like what I was talking about. If you were to play the Talented Arcanist into Fel Barrage, then suddenly this 4/3 wouldn't be eating the Talented Arcanist procs. But I guess at the same time, you can use Fury and take the 4, but oh my god, taking any additional damage right now just feels terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
Demons.
Okay.
well, he can kill almost everything just with the Expendable Performers, right? That's 14.
Yeah, so that's he could kill everything except for the Fel Gorger. I see a way that you can remove this though. You could play the weapon
Demons.
and hold on a minute, is this enough? Yeah, if you play
I
the
mean,
weapon into like hero power, into Talented Arcanist, Fel Barrage, Chaos Leech, I think that was enough mana to kill off everything.
I don't know. Like, this is the safest option. Just
Yeah.
bump everything into the 12/12 and then play the File Barrage. Wait, he doesn't want to play it?
Keep the minion alive. All
Why?
right, yeah. I guess this is better for the clear. No, I was just kidding about the minion. There's no reason to leave it up.
No. Why did he suicide the last 1/1?
Oh,
Like,
right, yeah, because the Fel Barrage could have kept a one minion alive.
Yeah, that was weird. Is
It-
he dead because he killed that?
Oh, wait, that just lost
he
in
died
the
because
game.
of that. He died because of that.
Yeah, the 1/1 would have actually been the way to have done that. Oh no!
Yes.
Oh no! Well, I mean, the USA dream is now complete. The winner is Russia, and I am sad to report that I am a very sad American right now. So let me see
Why?
if well, because I wanted America to win. Like that's all it came down to. But
I
let's.
mean, at the end, I mean, both teams played really well. Like, I liked most plays from both teams. I think that the Russia team played slightly better, so they kind of deserve this win, I think. I mean, they went for the Magdalene play since turn 0, like they kept in the mulligan, and that's what got them the win. So yeah, I think that they deserved it. I don't know. Like, I mean, I think I learned a lot during these matches. Like, they all played so well. So it was such a fun match to see.
Yeah, it looks like No Flame has denied the interview, so we're not going to be hearing from any of the players. It seems like. So I do apologize to anybody who wanted the player interviews. But I believe that is going to wrap everything else on our side. Rami, do you have any closing comments about how the series went, or just being able to be exposed to these newer decks?
Yeah, I think I love this meta outside of Rogue. So when the nerfs finally come, we are going to see all these decks shine. I think that there's still a lot of exploration to be done. Like, the meta is still quite fresh. There's so many new decks that we haven't even think about yet. I'm so looking forward to that. I also wanted to say thanks to the Max Esports team for letting me be here now on the casting side, and I really liked it. And thanks also to you for having me here
Yeah, no
and
problem,
doing
Rami.
things so easy for me.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to be with you on your first cast. I think you did a great job. You not only knew a lot of the card names, but like your analysis is always something I treasure. Like, having anyone that's been in the GM spot and automatically knows how important some of these decisions have to be in order to not only do well in competitive Hearthstone, but just to play the game to its absolute perfection, which is not an easy feat. So thank you again for your for your pro analysis as always. But that is going to do it for us over here at the Max League of Nations. Next week, let's go ahead and take a peek into that so you guys know what to keep an eye out for. Let me find that real quick. Is it? It's one of these buttons. Here we go. So next Monday we should be having Max come back for the casting, and we also have Atomic, Cool Kid, and even me coming back oh wait, this isn't the right graphic. Whoops. Let me fix this real quick so I can tell you guys what to expect, unless this hasn't been changed. Okay, this has not been changed. Well, there will be a schedule next week, so keep an eye out on the Twitter. Keep an eye out for Max himself and his posts in the Discord. So be sure to check out the Discord channel if you guys are not already there, because there's a lot of I want to say smack talk going on. There's a lot of people that are talking good game and a good way to connect with the Discord. But yeah, that is going to do it from us here. Thank you again for watching, and as always, keep it fresh, guys. We'll see you next time.